My great-grandfather was an early American filmmaker. He once said that making a motion picture was much like going to war. There is detailed planning and strategy involved, including control of the press and assimilation of propaganda. Battles will be won and lost. But what matters most in the end is not what you make of the picture, but what it makes of you. I recently decided to become a filmmaker and had to direct a documentary for my graduate thesis at NYU. I had no idea what my subject matter would be until I received an email from a friend about a controversy brewing in a small southern town. So I decided to pack my bags for spring break and head down to Sinnaville, Mississippi. I had never been to the South before, and quite frankly, until now, had never had a reason to go. No planning, no strategy, just a lurking fear of the unknown. My great-grandfather was a filmmaker in the silent era. I am a filmmaker in the not-so-silent era. And this is my thesis.
So it all started about 4 months ago when Kim, my artist friend, made me the mailbox for my 33rd. Did I say 33rd? I meant 30th birthday. Well, anyway, it was a gift. And so I thought it was cute. So I put it up in the front yard, pulled the old one up, and I had no idea everybody was gonna make such a fuss about it.
I never had a problem with the mail receptacle. I read through all the regulations and it seemed to meet all the size specifications as far as I could tell.
I don't approve of it. I mean, it's ridiculous. He's got a, I mean, look at it.
Right.
It's I mean,
They say it's art, but it is not art. It is sin. It is perdition.
I told the mail courier on that route that it was his duty to deliver that mail to that receptacle.
if I had put something like this in my yard, and that was a woman's, somebody thought that, it'd be all over the place.
I tell you, it is a sin. It is a sin against the Lord.
It looks as if this mailbox here is going to be the butt of many more jokes to come in this neighborhood.
So you don't know anything about the mailbox, the physics or anything, because I found it interesting that the man could bend over so far and it could stand so high.
Right, well, you know, physics, that was never really my, I never really did that. I was more of a, drama person, and in high school growing up, I didn't do so much of the physics.
It was the first day of first grade, actually, at Sinnaville Elementary, and we were out on the playground. Well, I was out on the playground kind of over by myself. I was a little shy back then. Not anymore, but I was back then. And Caesar came up to me, and he was wearing a Sugar Bear t-shirt. He had on red velvet bell bottoms, and he came prissing up to me like he does and said, "I am Caesar Nutley Willingham IV. I came, I saw, and I will conquer this playground." I didn't really know what he meant back then, but we've been friends ever since. Well, except for that summer in '89.
Caesar the Fourth was always a curious child. I don't know where he got that from. Certainly not from my side of the family.
So you studied the dramatic arts in college?
Well, a little, yes, I sure did, just a little bit.
Any particular field at Shakespeare, musical theater,
musical
opera?
theater, musical theater.
Musical theater.
Well, all types of theater, really, just, straight plays, well, not so straight, but some straight plays and, musical theater, all that fun stuff. Anything to get me on stage.
Any particular roles you enjoyed? Sky Masterson and Guys and Dolls? Or,
Actually, my favorite role was Aunt Ripley in Alien the Musical.
I've been knowing Caesar for a long time. My mama, she ran a kindergarten, and she had Caesar there as a little boy. And he was a theatrical little something even back then.
Caesar, Yeah, he used to mow my lawn when he was younger.
He mowed your lawn.
Oh, yes. Used to weed my garden, too. And sometimes, why, he bought my groceries for me, sometimes when I was sick.
So he's been a fairly good neighbor, a very positive force within the neighborhood as far as you're concerned. Very altruistic and helpful.
Well, now, I tell you what. I don't want to see any of those acts, those disgusting acts displayed on their lawn right outside of my front door.
Is this a position that you have found yourselves in at any point?
No.
No,
Definitely not. What about you?
Not me. Not even when I was in the Navy.
I would presume that you've had to deal with quite a bit of controversy and publicity over 4 months in such a small community.
Well, yeah, it's not too bad. The mailman is the only one who really makes the big to-do about it.
Right, Mr. McJunkins. That's
whatever his name is. Mr. Mailman is what I call it.
I think we have it written down. We have it written down.
I don't think it's right. I mean, I've been delivering mail for 17 years, and I mean, I took the oath, you know, when I signed on.
The oath?
Yeah, right. I said I'd get it there through ice and snow and sleet and all that, but I'll be goddamn if I'm gonna stick it through ass, you know?
Why has the town reacted so negatively? After all, it's just a mailbox.
Yeah, but look, man, let me tell you, what kind of a world do you live in?
Yeah, man, what kind of a world do you live in?
Oh, yeah, excuse me, please. This is my son, Carlito, okay? He's with me today. This is some kind of take your son to work day, okay? But let me tell you, it's not day off, all right? I have to do my work, and he's carrying the bag. That's it.
So what do you make of the whole thing?
Let me tell you something, man. Nobody should have to stick their hand in somebody's ass, okay?
Now, just because you stick your hand in the mailbox doesn't make you gay. Now, if you stick your dick in it, then that's different, obviously.
I just love New York, especially New Yorkers. I used to live in New York back in the, late 80s, early 90s.
Really? What did you do there?
Oh, a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Oh, goodness, is it 3 o'clock already? I've got rehearsal in a little bit.
Oh, you're in production now for Napoleon 21.
That's correct.
He was in my mama's kindergarten production. We had a little production of, what's it called? The three, he had a little snout on.
The Three Little Pigs.
That's it. And he had a little curly tail, and he was so cute. He was just a little bundle of little pig love there.
I just love acting.
Really? When you were in New York, did you act professionally?
Oh, that was the little bit of this I was talking about. We're not even going to go into that.
Right. Broadway, off-Broadway, off.
Yeah, it was off. It actually wasn't in New York, actually. It was kind of, well, we don't really have to go into that. But, I did act around New York.
There's certainly no cause to be embarrassed. I mean, many nice regional theaters, Long Island, of course.
This was still a little further than that.
We've only got 5 more rehearsals. We've only got 5 more rehearsals until we go, and we still don't have all the set pieces yet. Fred, where's Fred? Fred! Oh my God, Fred! Are we gonna have an island for the play, for the finale? Great. Thank you, Fred. That's all, Fred. Bye-bye. I'm going to string. Peggy, the costumes, I love you, darling.
Well, now I'm sure that they need some more alterations.
I'm sure they will. Okay, thank you. All right, let's try it one more time without the monumental small town screw-ups, kids. How about that? Well, the play is just it's a fabulous Napoleonic musical. I just finished it last spring. I think it's a very timely piece. Napoleon said The only true conquests, the ones that have no regret, are those that rest from ignorance. And that's what we're trying to do here at this play. We're trying to wrest the citizens of Sinnaville from their blissful ignorance.
Pat definitely has his very set ideas of what he wants, and we try and work with that, just like we do the actors. And don't you think we do it very maturely and honestly and openly? Communication is really good for all of us.
If you're gonna do it right, or get the hell off my stage. Put it up against your arm like this, aim out. And if you're gonna say cock, aim, fire, are you leading these people or are you some sort of rabble? Let's hear some definition in your voice, okay? Let me hear you yell.
Cock!
Well, that stinks, but let's do it anyway.
Our founding father,
Johann Sinna, I believe his name was.
yeah, Sinner, we called him Sinner. Basically, I don't know if he was a sinner or not, but they still call him Sinner. But the main story that goes around about him is how well he was endowed. You know, hung. Do y'all use the word hung in New York? You know what I'm talking about. You know.
Oh, I thought you meant endowed with money. You mean hung
physically,
phallically, physically.
Yeah.
In the penis crotch.
Yeah, I
area.
mean, the story goes that some people suspect that he had a Siamese twin growing between his legs. That it was it had its own heart and lungs, you know. But I think that's probably just a joke, don't you?
Probably.
I don't know, but I guarantee you it was probably he was probably hung, or it wouldn't have come up that way, you know. In fact, some people say that I'm probably well, I don't mean to brag, but I'm probably pretty much a direct descendant of his.
Well, it's the end of my first day in the South, and my first day meeting Caesar Nutley Willingham IV. I'm beginning to think this thesis may be about something more than a mailbox.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
No, don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah.
Do it. Do it to me, Daddy. Oh.
Everybody, this is Morris Farbstein. He's a filmmaker from New York, and he's making a little documentary. So just treat it as any other day.
And you must be the cook.
I gave him that. He does. He makes me sick. He can cook anything. He could cook up a rat and it'd be scrumptious.
I'm just not adventurous with my eating habits, but I'm sure the chicken will be just as good.
There's nothing wrong with sucking on a good bone.
You sound too right.
I met Caesar on a street corner one day after school in 4th grade. He was just there hanging out, and I'd actually just moved here to Sinnaville from Birmingham, Alabama.
Oh, I wish I were a little bar soap. Oh, I could be on a tiny over everybody's tiny. Oh, I wish I were a little bar of soap. Bar of soap. Oh, I wish I were a little bar of soap.
Bar of soap.
Oh, I wish I were a little bar of soap.
Bar of soap.
I was slippy and I'd slidey over everybody's hiney. Oh, I wish I were a little bar of soap.
Bar of soap.
Oh, that was awesome.
Who we sleeping with tonight?
Yeah,
Who we
Kitty.
sleeping with? We sleep with Kitty tonight? All right. We'll put the cat there. There you go. All right. You not sleeping with pineapple tonight?
No.
No pineapple?
No, just my kid.
Just a kitty. You just want your kitty. Okay, Sugar. You get some sleep and we'll talk to you in the morning.
Night, darling.
I gotta have some more sugar.
Coffee, yeah.
Will you make coffee?
Sure.
Yes. Okay.
You want some?
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Okay.
I'll be up all night. You know that. You know. I'm shaking.
That won't be a problem.
Yeah.
I think he's got you properly stimulated, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm. Yes, he does.
I guess we'll just get to the, pardon me, guts of the scenario here. Bog McJunkins.
Oh, yeah.
What do you think?
Well, he gave me some flack about the special mailbox. And I didn't really appreciate it because I feel that every mailbox should be treated equal. If you can't say something nice about someone, don't say anything at all. Same with mailboxes.
So you feel like he should just be professional in his postal work,
basically.
Absolutely,
Right.
absolutely. I don't think he should judge. Like, I don't like this kind of mailbox because it doesn't have the red flag that up, you know, and makes me feel like
That's
it's
your
happy to see me.
professional
Yes, but
preference.
I don't feel bad about
Right.
this mailbox. It's all right. I much prefer to deliver their mail here at work because they have a demonic Yorkie.
Hey,
Really?
what's going on here, man?
Chief.
How you
How
doing,
are you
Jerome?
doing?
No, who are you?
I'm Morris Farstein.
Morris?
The second.
I'll
yes,
tell
sir.
you,
I'm-
what, Morris.
Yes?
Put your hands up here.
Oh no, this guy
All right.
can explain everything.
Well,
He just messing with you.
Playing around. I just play. What are you guys doing? Okay,
We,
there's a camera.
Well, this is my camera. This is my crew. I'm a documentarian. From
There's a
New
lot
York.
of gay people in Sinnaville. You know, you hear about them. I don't necessarily see them a lot. Sometimes they go jogging with each other. I mean, I don't know a lot, but I've seen specials on TV about them, and they seem like a nice group of people. But I don't know, something funny kind of hits me funny about them though. They got good hair though, good hair.
You are the transsexual Earth Mother of the town. I'm actually a transsexual hippie chick because I just found that one alternative lifestyle wasn't enough for me. Just wasn't. You were too much transsexual for just one lifestyle. Exactly. Excellent.
Now, there's a lot of gays in this town.
Oh, we've gotten that.
No, there's a lot of gays in this town. Matter of fact, that's the worst part of my job. Is that if a gay person at the gay bar down there, if they violate the law, they have to pat them down.
Oh, that makes you feel uncomfortable. Or
No, they enjoy it.
It's always been kind of behind closed doors around here, but you know, people are different. Everybody's different in some way or another. The problem around here is that they've been brought up a certain way so much, and I mean, hell, forget thinking outside the box. Most of them don't even know there is a box.
With regulation pat down, you got to come to the leg, you come down the side of the leg, and you got to pat them in the chest. They enjoy that. So what I do is I have them pat down themselves. I just say, pat down yourself, and I'll stand there and watch, see if anything falls out.
See, I got an auntie, Jimmy, that's been committing mail fraud for as long as I can remember. You know what I'm saying?
An auntie.
Auntie. Oh. But me personally, I don't allow no mail to be delivered at my back door. I don't even allow for my girl to sign for mail like that. You understand what I'm saying?
But it's really not an actual rear end, is it?
But let me tell you something, man. That's how this shit start, okay? First, you stick your hand in a mailbox's ass, okay? Then the next thing you know, you're going inside the house to deliver the mail to somebody come and he grab you on your crotch. You know what I mean? Okay? And you know what? I don't play it, okay? I don't do that. I don't play that game.
Papi shouldn't have to do that. That's asking for trouble, and Papi, he doesn't play that game.
Don't play, man.
You gotta bend. Same thing with that mailbox. You gotta bend. You gotta look at it for what it is and not pass judgment on it.
How about I break that mailbox in 10,000 pieces, man? Huh? How about that? How you like that? That's freedom of expression, man.
That sounds a little more like vandalism.
No. You, what kind of a wise guy are you,
This
man?
guy, he sounds like a wise guy to me.
Carlito, I don't even know, papi. I don't even know.
Sounds like a wise
Look,
guy.
let me tell you something about vandalism.
Well, I mean, not many people have come up and said anything to me, personally, because I think most people are a little afraid to do that. But plenty of people have come up to Caesar and said some bad stuff, and come up to Val and said some bad stuff, which I don't appreciate at all.
This is, you know, that's pushing it, man.
Well, it is somewhat unorthodox,
I
we
know.
admit.
Listen,
And
I'm on a schedule, and I'd like to stand here joking with you all day about it. And, you know, it's been nice talking to you, but I got work to do.
Well, thank you for the interview.
All right. And you know, I'm a mail carrier, not a diatrist. I mean, I got work to do.
You mean proctologist?
Yeah, whatever. It's a beautiful piece of art. It could be in that Smithsonian, well, one of them big museums up in New York or somewhere. It's a real piece of art. It's not just a piece of ass. It's a piece of art.
And I think it's a great idea to have to put your bills in a thing like that. And I think that people just have to accept art for what it is in this world.
It's very artistic, very well done. It's just surprising to see it, like I said, in a small town in Mississippi.
Yes,
You don't
yes.
usually see something like that out on the street.
Well, there have been
You know.
things thrown at it, other than mail. A few beer cans, I'm
Oh.
told, and
Well,
bottles.
they shouldn't do that.
he's coming back. He's coming back.
Mr. Newsman, take it easy on my pop, okay? You're going to give him a pata too. He has the heart problem, okay? If you want to be a tough guy, how about you ask me some questions? Huh?
Oh,
Do
no,
that.
I
Go ahead,
don't
ask me what I think about the mailbox.
Well, if you don't mind, Carlito, we would love to ask you some questions as well. The youth
He wants to know
perspective
what I think.
Tell him,
is
Carlito.
important. Well, it's important. How do you personally feel, Carlito, about the mailbox as a young person in Sinnaville?
You know, I have friends all around here, you know, and they talk. I hear them all the time, you know. And what I hear from them is not good, you know. It's not good. This guy's causing a lot of problems with his mailbox all over the community, you know. It is not good. And this guy is gay, you know. He's an asshole. He's gay. His mailbox is gay, and that's it.
Carlito, por favor, respeta, okay? We're gonna show the man some respect, okay? Listen, I told you before, we're from Mississippi, coño. We're not from Louisiana.
See, what I don't want to have happen is a pedestrian or a deer jump out at me. Really? Because that's always been my fear, is to be hit by a pedestrian or a deer. Deer, really, I'm more afraid of than pedestrians because, I could just run right over a little pedestrian and that would really hurt them, you know, but it really wouldn't do too much to my car.
Right.
You know, I just get the hose out and be fine.
How did the two of you meet?
Well, we've been together for about 7 years now.
Well, my grandmama lived here in Sinnaville, and I used to spend a lot of my summers here as a child. And, well, about 7 years
Yeah.
ago, I took some time off to come and take care of her, you know, just before she died. And one day, I stumbled into Kim's studio and
stumbled into my life.
I'm tired of all these queers and Negroes. This town's just going to pot.
Are there a lot of queers and niggers in Sinnaville?
Hell! They're all over the place. You can't go into the grocery store without running smack dab into one of them.
We find that you are firmly on the con side of the mailbox as opposed to the pro side. I'm curious, could you just give us your simple opinion of why the mailbox is a problem?
Well, Brother Morris, me being an upstanding preacher here in Centerville, I feel it is my duty and my obligation to keep those kind of things away from my children here in Centerville.
I understand. I believe you have said many times that the root of the mailbox problem is the fact that it stems from a certain homosexual desire and that it has homosexual implications. What exactly are your problems with homosexuality, specifically?
Homosexuality. That's a hard word for me to say. Well, I'm going to tell you. Homosexuality is the work of the devil. And here in Centerville, it is my job and my duty to keep the devil out of the souls of our children and these God-fearing people here in Centerville. It's kind of like when you're a child and you're born, you got a clean soul. And everyday life you go through, the devil's always waiting for you. And he's throwing these little, well, I'd say deviled eggs at you, kind of like ball bearings. And he's throwing them at your soul every time you had a bad thought. You know, a devilish thought, like the mailbox when you're passing by. These young kids see that. That's just the devil throwing the deviled eggs at them.
I was just making a birthday present.
Right.
And, I talked to Val and got all the mailbox, measurements and made it exactly the way it was supposed to be made.
It was all to code.
Yeah. We never expected that.
Do you feel that minority rights are not an acceptable part of our Constitution, our Bill of Rights, the documents upon which our country was founded?
It's the work of the devil. That's what it is. The 7 or the 10 or the 3 or the 7. That's all the devil's work, trying to pollute the minds of the world. And I'm trying to save Sinnaville.
Do you take any flack at work for what some in the area might call an unorthodox lifestyle? I'm certain it's easier for Kim, since you have a very independent job. You can make your own hours, obviously.
Mm.
Your work's a little bit more strict.
Sure. There are closed-minded people everywhere, and we just don't pay them much heed. We just, I'm not concerned with what people think about us. We're doing what we love, and
we're happy.
Yeah. And isn't that what life's all about?
What's better than that?
Well, I'm not so sure about this political correctness. I mean, that's something that they've come up with. I don't know. It may have come out of the Clinton administration. I'm not sure where that came from. But this political this stuff is just, we don't have to talk about everything, We just don't have to talk about everything. But we can talk about some things.
We can talk about some things.
Yes.
Since there are things we can talk about and things we can't talk about, that's a similar statement to something a U.S. senator, a man very patriotic, I believe his name was Joseph McCarthy, he said something similar.
He was a fine senator. He was a Yankee, of course, but he was a fine senator because he had some good points. He was trying to get some things straightened out, and if more people would listen to him, all of those so-called artists and people that he was trying to get this country on the right track. And if we'd listened to more men like him, we would not be in some of the dire predicaments we are in today.
Napoleon was one of the first enactors of propaganda, okay? I mean, it was perfected by Hitler and the Nazis. But Napoleon was one of the first ones to plant the seeds of propaganda and watch them grow. In his first campaign against Italy, he would send back doctored reports about the fabulous victories they were having, highly inflated, and also suppressing the fact that he was raping and pillaging the countryside while he did it.
I would say for each scene in general, there's a picture I like to paint, and you can see, if you watch closely, you can see how it blends into the other, especially when you see it with the lights and the set. I mean, I would say more of a flow, like an ocean, I would say.
Like an ocean, which is interesting because there is some ocean imagery within this particular musical.
That is exactly what I was thinking about.
How do you get through moments of that high stress and emotion every night? Do you do it exactly the same way? Is it improvised in the moment?
Improvise in the moment, and always calling upon the deep well of dysfunction in my family so that I can, come up with things that... I forgot the question.
That's all right. You have a lot of dysfunction in your family, yes?
No, yes, indeed.
Oh, okay.
But that's why it's so much fun.
Look, I'm not interested in venue. I'm not interested in plot. I'm not interested in actors. I'm not interested in the crew. I'm not interested in a goddamn thing but the vision.
I don't know, you've been around town here, you probably know, they kind of poke fun at me from time to time because consider me a little weird in this. So what I do, I just whoop it out.
Poke them back?
I just whoop it out, and they stop laughing.
Oh.
Yeah, it's not funny anymore to them.
You have your own anatomical way of poking.
Oh yeah, I just whoop my dick out.
Excellent.
And in fact, I did it at a church picnic one time. The old boys were messing with me, and this lady saw it, and of course she screamed. I didn't mean for that to happen, and I kind of got arrested on that occasion. They took me down to justice court, and the JP, he ruled that I should get a psychiatric evaluation because of that. Of course, when I went to the psychiatrist, I nailed her right off the bat, and that kind of ended that. Of course, I've been having to go to therapy ever since, if you catch the drift.
I would imagine.
A lie can be the truth if only the people agree. Freedom is on our side. La mission accomplie.
The pool of talent in Sinnaville is a shallow one. Myself included. I mean, discluded. I mean, I'm not included in that. Wait, let me say that again.
You feel you're deep.
Let me say this, and then you can talk.
Yes.
The talent pool in Sinnaville is a shallow one. Present company excluded. There's your quote, buddy. Put that on the movie.
So are you a bit of a method actor? Do you subscribe to the method, or more of a Hagen or Meisner sort?
Well, method, I like method acting, sometimes I act sad, and, sometimes I act happy, and, I just think of the methods to do that, and, act happy or sad, or whatever I need to do.
Do you subscribe to the method? So you use that feeling if your feet hurt, or are you more of a believer of the Uta Hagen, Sanford, Meisner sort of classes? Is that what you're interested in, sort of that?
Uta Hagen?
Yes.
I don't know who she is. Does she live in Cleveland?
Yes.
Oh, she does?
Yes.
Well, I think I knew her mama.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. A butter bean. You've played a butter bean.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
That's a jumping bean?
No, I didn't jump. There was no jumping in that show.
A literal butter bean.
No, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
What was the name of that production by chance?
Oh, it was 2 lima beans, a pinto, and a butter bean. Mm-hmm.
Two lima beans, a pinto,
and a butter bean.
Mm-hmm. And it wasn't a musical. There was.
It was a musical. Yes,
definitely.
It was.
Excellent.
Mm-hmm. I do sing.
How exactly
as
does
well as dance and act?
Really?
Mm-hmm.
How exactly does a butter bean move? Or a lima bean, for that matter. But a butter bean, I'm sure the butter bean is your specialty.
Right. Well, the butter bean, it moves very delicately, like butter beans, they're delicate, little vegetables. And so basically what I did, was, the method that I used, the method acting that we were talking about earlier, yes. I, put myself in the pod, and was like, okay, I'm in the pod, and what would the butter bean do in the pod? And that's kind of how I came about the artistic process.
Down a Vic Bonaparte!
Oblique Republic!
Carpe diem! Death to all you faithless insurgents! I'll kill you all and declare myself emperor!
Cessez! Cessez! What are you doing? I do not like your characters. I do not like your play. Fahrenheit 10-5. Monsieur Moore, your career is over. Les gardes! Les gardes!
Mr. Bonaparte!
Take him to the dungeon.
Mr. Bonaparte, this play represents the truth and dishonesty and ineptitude that you've led your country.
I will not continue this conversation. Guards, take him to the dungeon.
Shame on you, Mr. Bonaparte! Shame on you! Boo! Boo!
Take him to the gallows! Kills them all.
Okay.
Napoleon was a propagandist. Bush is a propagandist. Napoleon was a a severe military leader. George Bush landed on an aircraft carrier. So I think that the parallels are apparent. I don't think that people understand how inhibiting electing someone like that can be to an artist like myself.
I think one of my favorite Caesar productions is The Pimpest. Say, brother, what kind of car do you drive? I drive a Cadillac Coupe de Ville. Negro, negro, negro. You know, negro. It was real good. Real good.
Well, I'm a big fan of Tennessee Williams, so the Aspen Menagerie was nice, and then the costuming, of course, was very good as well too.
Step 2, 3, shot. And step 2, 3. Oh, you really should talk to my attorney. As a matter of fact, let me give him a call right now.
It's 11 o'clock. Isn't that a little late to call your attorney?
Oh, poodles. For what he's charging me, I should be able to crawl up into bed with him and whisper sweet legalese into his ear all night long.
The experience I've actually had in a postal case is I defended 2 juveniles who were accused of rampaging a neighborhood's mailboxes. They beat them up with some baseball bats. But,
Really?
yes, I defended them.
And that was in this county?
That was in town, yes.
So would it be safe to say there is a possibility, possibly a small possibility, that Mr. Willingham's case might not be finalized, resolved in his favor?
Well, there's always that possibility. All I can do is seek the justice in any case, but we are a country of laws and juries, so the jury will decide. But as I say, I think the jury will decide in Caesar's favor in this case. The thing that would scare me to death is a little bit about it is that I think we'll win the case, but then we'll have to, watch out for the baseball bats.
How was he in grade school?
Well, he was a good student. He had excellent grades and would have been valedictorian of his high school if he hadn't been so curious in his relations.
Actually, I was valedictorian of my graduating class, but they reported that some other little girl was the valedictorian and not me. I guess they just didn't want to admit the smartest person in the school was a queer.
Caesar's a great community person. He has strong personal beliefs, and whether you agree with them or not, and I agree with most of them, he brings an enthusiasm and a care to the community that I think any objective person would be hard-pressed not to recognize.
How was his higher education? Did you support him through college?
Yes, and after he graduated from college, he joined the Peace Corps and went to Jamaica.
Huh.
Just to spite me. We haven't really communicated much since then.
Jamaica? How long did you stay in Jamaica?
I was there for almost 2 years.
So, obviously you found it sort of a fun place to be, at least. I mean, in the Peace Corps, I know it's work, but it is Jamaica. I mean, it's beautiful.
Mm-hmm. It is beautiful.
I didn't really think it was a wise move to Jamaica. I mean, who knows what's going on down in Jamaica? I think the Peace Corps is probably a wonderful situation. But I just thought that Jamaica was really not the place for Caesar IV. It sort of fed his inclinations, shall we say.
One thing I didn't realize about Jamaica before I went there is that they really do not like gay people there. Oh my goodness gracious. But my girlfriends were the best. Every time anybody would start to be like, wait a second, that guy's a little different from any other guy we've known, they would just say, oh, it's because he's Southern. He's from the South. They're all like that down there. But no, we would go to the clubs and we would be listening to that Jamaican dance hall music, you know, kill the chichiman, kill the batiman, all that stuff, you know, basically just kill the faggots. And I would just be sitting there dancing with my girlfriend, singing my heart out. And I would just sit there and think, oh my Lord, if my mother could see me now.
How long has it been since the two of you have communicated? I mean...
Oh, at least 8 years. It's been 8 years since we've spoken.
Really? So when he
Yes,
said you two don't really talk, what he meant was you two don't talk ever.
No, we don't.
Oh.
Do you think it's because you're gay?
Actually, I think it's because my father was gay. He came out when I was 2 years old and then died 2 months later in a car crash. She still hasn't forgiven him, and she's taken it out on me all these years. Like it was his fault that I was gay or something, or my fault that he was gay, I don't know.
Mr. Willingham mentioned just last evening that he had spent several years, a couple of years too, within the Peace Corps stationed in Jamaica, and he said that you often came to visit him while he was there. Did you find the sandy beaches and the clear water very refreshing?
Refreshing is a word, yes. I would apply that to the beaches of Jamaica. Very refreshing. But you know, and I did visit him. Didn't spend a whole lot of time in country with him because he was, well, we were more on the beaches. He didn't spend a whole lot of time on the beaches with the Peace Corps, as I understand, more in the poor sections of the interior. It's a very poor country, very beautiful country. But yes, I love to go down there.
Excellent. He mentioned that he found you very refreshing.
He did?
Yes, he did.
Well,
he said that you spoke very sweet legalese. That you made him like to speak very sweet legalese.
Get ready for Sinnaville's number one 15-minute radio talk show. You're listening to The Statesman with your host, Mike Statesman.
On my right, I got Pastor Oral Buchanan from the First Church of the Divine Righteousness right here in Sinnaville. Thank you so much for being on the show with me today, Pastor.
Praise the Lord, and you can call me Brother O.
Oh, Brother O, okay.
Yes, sir, praise the Lord.
On my left, increasing his popularity by the day, local phenom all of a sudden, just coming straight out of the blue here. Caesar Nutley Willingham, the fourth. Also a local actor and executive transvestite antique dealer. Can you believe that?
Personally, you know, I base my life on a belief in God's grace, and that there are things that I don't understand. And in fact, there are many things I don't understand. The aesthetics of this mailbox would fall into that category. I personally don't understand it. But I take no offense at it. I'm a great fan of the Postal Service, by the way. I think it's the greatest deal and the greatest organization in the world. I think it's 37 cents. You can put a stamp on a 1 ounce piece of mail and send it to anywhere in the United States for 37 cents. Now, that's about the best deal I know.
Hey, look here, son. My God is not some back alley fornicating God and such like yours. My God believes in one man and one woman in holy matrimony.
My God.
Okay.
Your God what?
It's a form of speech, sweetie.
Don't you sweetie me, you big old sissy.
Okay.
Uh-huh. I've seen your type around town. Mm-hmm. Yes, indeed.
And what type is that, Brother O?
Man, I'll tell you one thing. You shouldn't even be saying that, you big old sinner. You look at you with your pinky pink shirt on and your pinky ring. I mean, what in the hell are you going on in your life, son? You are a sinner, a true sinner, and nothing but a sinner here in Sinnaville. And if we don't get the looks like yours out of here, it's just going to be a sinner haven.
Brother Oral could speak for me. He's been a lot to me in my life. In fact, he touched me deeply.
Oral. Brother O, a very extroverted fellow. Yes.
Oh yes,
Yes,
you should hear his sermons. I mean,
We've experienced Brother O. In fact, I believe we have an interview with him as well. He's been kind enough to grant us an interview.
oh, you will find that to be an extraordinary experience. Just be
Yes.
prepared. You may, I don't know where your religious persuasion is, but Brother Oral, he can reach out and touch you too, son.
I mean, what's gonna be next for you, son? Are you gonna have some of them great big testicles hanging on your front door where Jesus has to come up and go knockety knock 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 with the testicles? I can tell you one thing. My Jesus will not be knock knocking knocking with your testicles on your front door, my brother.
I'm so
Yes, Miss Burnett.
sorry to interrupt. I'm sorry. You've got a quick message.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Brother Oral. Oh, and your wife called, and her sister's surgery's been moved to Thursday, so she's gonna be in Memphis on Thursday and Friday now.
Okay.
I'm sorry, if
Thank
you
you,
don't mind,
Well, I find it terribly offensive, and I mean, I'm all about supporting the arts, but I mean, come on, you call that art? I just don't see it as art. I mean, it's a butt crack as a mailbox. If he wants to keep that butt crack mailbox in his living room, well, then he can go ahead and do that. But I don't want to have to drive by and see a butt crack in my face every time I'm on his road.
You can certainly look at the ass crack at this point, and the detail of excuse me, Roger.
No
Nothing
problem.
there, and this little thing, I think it's a little phallic, but I think it is absolutely gorgeous.
Praise the Lord Jesus Christ. Let that man have some of your love. He needs some of your love.
I need something, Jesus.
I hope you ain't making some kind of gay innuendo about my Jesus Christ over there.
I'm making no innuendos. You're the one here who's making the innuendos. With your Jesus, my Jesus. How about your Jesus, my Jesus, your God, and my God get together, have dinner, tea, crumpets, something, I don't know, and then work all this out? How about that?
That sounds like a good idea.
Praise
What you think?
Jesus, praise Jesus. That's just the kind of ideology that's ruining the minds of the righteous children here in Sinnaville.
There are some beautiful people here, but there are those that are just in a kind of spiritual diarrhea, I guess we would call it.
Now, slavery was a bad thing. We know that. We don't agree with the idea of owning people. That's not a good thing, but it would have all worked itself out if we'd given it 50, 60, 7,500 years.
Well, I have to take everybody's opinion into play when I'm trying to enforce the law. So there are some artistic people, and there are some people who can't see the beauty in the simple thing as a mailbox. So I have to be on their side as well. So I have to kind of play, the middle, if you will.
There's always temptations. There's your women. There's your drinking, your whiskey and running around, your gambling. It's all a fight. It's all the work of the devil, my son. We got to stomp it out and keep it out of Sinnaville. And that's my job and my duty.
Excellent.
Brother O.
Excellent. So you feel your duty. Thank you, sir.
Why don't you describe the mailbox? That'd be great.
Well, it's just the cutest little thing. It's
Praise
a mailbox.
Jesus!
It's just, iron and steel, and it's just a mail bent over and...
Bent over mail? Oh! Bent over mail, please, Jesus!
Brother O, please. We're fair and balanced here. We're fair and balanced, and I just want to make sure that he gets his statement. I want to know what's going
Praise
on.
the Lord, folks. We got some singing going on in this radio station today.
Okay, got something going on in this radio station right now, folks. Anyway, as I was saying, Mike, it is just a man bending over. I thought it was cute. My little friend, artist friend, Kim. Hey, Kim, love you, babe.
Oh,
She,
please!
had made
Come
a little,
rescue me!
Yeah, rescue somebody. Jesus, somebody needs some rescuing in here. Anyway, Mike, what it is it's just a man. He's bent over, and the mail comes out of his ass.
Oh, he said, hey! Oh, Lord! Help me! Save me from the den of iniquity! Help me, Lord!
Are you done with your little conniption fit over there, Brother O?
I was fighting the devil with the Lord on my back, praise Jesus.
You need some water or something.
Praise Jesus, I believe we have cleared the room of the devil today. Yes, we have. The devil is gone.
I feel it. Praise Jesus.
Well, I never knew
Thank
the devil
you,
was
Lord.
here, but
Hey, Mike, have you found
Mike,
Jesus yourself? Come on down to the First Church of Divine Righteousness and listen to Brother O. He gonna save your soul. Yes, he will. He gonna save your soul. In years two, sonny boy. Yes, he is. Praise
God
the Lord.
bless you, Mike. And you know what?
I am
God save us
blessed.
all,
I'm
and God save the Queen.
Oh, God bless us all.
All right, well, Caesar's leaving the studio. Stick around. We'll be back in just a few minutes. And we'll talk to Brother O.
Praise Jesus.
This is The Statesman.
Oh, y'all come down and
WSIN,
see me on
Sinnaville's
church
number
on
one
Sunday.
radio talk show.
Come on down. You got to see me in church on Sunday. Get prayed up. Yes, you do. How about that, little fella?
So the thing with Sinnaville is that we're not, big enough to have our own full-time gay bar. So Tuesday is ladies' night at the Joy Luck Pub. So you should really come tonight.
You want me to come to ladies'
Yeah,
night?
definitely. You should come. Fun.
Well, I'm not really a lady. I don't know if they let me.
Oh
in the
yeah.
door.
Oh no. Well, sometimes straight guys get confused all the time and think that it's actually like ladies' night. So you'll fit right in. There'll be at least 2 or 3 of those, so you'll be fine. Yeah, I can. Of course you're not dressed appropriately, but I've got something that we can put on you. To look great. Absolutely great.
I really think it would be appropriate for me to. But are you sure I'm not dressed appropriately?
Oh
Like,
no,
this
you're
is-
not.
So
I've got a
this is
shirt.
fine
I've got a
tonight.
shirt for you to that you can wear. You should come back in about an hour and a half, because I've got to put on my makeup.
Okay.
Takes a
Any
little
kind of
while.
shirt in particular?
Oh, I'll get you something. I've got something that, someone left here one time, so I'm sure it'll be fine. You're about his size.
How big is it?
About your size.
How much does it cover?
It's long sleeve. You don't have anything to worry about. Okay, but I'm gonna need to.
Okay.
Subtle elegance.
Right. Okie doke. Well, we'll just meander on off. When do we? You want
An
us
hour
to?
and a half.
An hour and a half. Okie doke. Well, we'll see you in an hour and a half, and we'll be prepared for ladies' night. Ladies' night. Okie dokie.
Ta-ta, boys.
Bye.
Thanks for letting me borrow the shirt again. I'm sure it'll make me feel more visual with the crowd. Fairly certain I don't have a light for you now, so you might need to ask someone else. Hi. Woo! But it was nice to meet you. This is my documentary. Oh, and this is my cameraman Jerry. You should call him Jerry. Jerry, how are you? Can you hear everything through those headphones? You have a movie idea.
Oh, definitely. And I think it would be great if you would talk something about this, since you're in New York and everything, and based on New York. The title is Two Boys in a Bed and an Orange Peel.
Welcome to Ladies' Night at the Joy Luck Pub. I am your host, Tasha Salad.
There's nothing wrong with putting mail in somebody's ass, or ass box, or mail. Well, you know that thing, the mail box. There's nothing wrong with that.
Are you gay?
Are you?
Well, no. I'm Jewish.
Me neither.
You're Jewish?
Wait, what did you say?
I'm not gay.
Okay. All right.
Am I gay?
No. I love titties and women. That was obscene. I'm sorry, but I do like women a lot, and I sometimes go down to this karaoke bar right outside of the county, and there's I could spend $40 in one night just on women. Not gay, no sir.
Gay? Hell, I'm married. What do you mean am I gay?
I understand that, but
Gay?
no. Don't
just
get
because of the
offended.
ass thing, wasn't
Well,
it?
no, it's not so much the ass thing. It's the fashion sense, the not letting your wife in on certain parts of
Well, I wouldn't take her to a hunting club either.
Have y'all ever tasted any of Aunt Bee's dill pickles? Why don't you take a bite?
I thank y'all so much. We're gonna teach y'all how to do a brand new dance here. So grab a partner. You know you've been bad, there's no denying. So don't start pouting, babe, and don't start crying. You need to be corrected. Step over here, put your hands on your hips and stick out your rib, because my baby gets spanked when she needs it. You might not understand, but my baby gets spanked when she needs it, cause she's got that kind of man. She goes, oh no, daddy, better drop way back, get you a running start, come and give me a smack, because my baby gets spanked when she needs it. When she needs it, I'll give her a hand.
Actually, I have a daughter, and I've heard that some people prefer not to do any spanking, and we believe that the Bible says that you should spank your children as often as possible.
Spare the rod, spoil the child.
Exactly. Did you get finished with your chores? Did you change the oil on my four-wheeler? Did you clean and gut all those fish and fillet them, and they're in the freezer now? Okay.
She put that beer on ice.
Did you put Tuffy's beer on ice? Yes. Good job. Good job. That's a good girl. Caesar usually actually used to help us out with our outfits back when we were wrestlers. He would help us put our stage outfits together when we'd be going out. The man knows his tights.
He's got taste,
Mhm.
style.
Yes. He does.
A little flair.
Yes. So we've always been big admirers of his fashion sense and of his music sense. So when he asked us to collaborate with him, we were more than happy to help him out.
I lost my heart in a drugstore magazine. Those pale British guys, tender hips, painted eyes, too beautiful for this world. And what they played was the soundtrack of my youthful dreams, while others made fun of them. How I long to be one of them. One day. Me and Johnny started hanging out wherever. And when Pete and George finally got on board, our sound really came together. And everyone said that we were gonna be bigger than Jesus. But we let it all go to our rock star heads, and it tore the band to pieces. When we took the stage, it felt like an anointing. But coming down after the show was always so damn disappointing. Over and over and over and over. Well, I gave my youth to rock and roll, and I chipped my tooth on rock and roll, and I told the truth for rock and roll, and it only left me crying. Still I curse my Outside the motel, mist is waiting. Inside he moves to get one final cigarette and smokes.
The pub really took off when we had the wet jockey contest. That was really the origin of that pub.
Could you describe the wet jockey contest for us, please?
Well, I provide the boys a jock strap, and then they are doused with some club soda, and we charge about $10 to get in to see it.
Of course, in my day, we had a play called Our Hearts Were Young and Gay, and there was the gay 90s, you know. My folks used to talk a lot about the gay 90s, so I kind of resent the fact that the word gay has been taken over and it's just been commandeered into this unsavory element.
So hold on. It's just a little bit farther. Where we're going, there'll be water, grass to lie upon. So hold on. I know that it's raining. Try and stop complaining. It won't last long. So hold
I see your steaks coming along there.
Yeah, it's doing good. It's looking good. Looking real good.
I'm curious, is this some sort of... I know many actors are superstitious about their habits, particularly on opening day.
Right.
Is this one of your habits? Is this...
Right, well, I have a routine, if you want to call it that. I have something that I do every, the day of an opening of a show. I like to sleep late on the morning of the show. I have, just a little small filet for lunch. Then we'll, go bowling a little later. The bowling alley doesn't open until, later.
You like
but
to
they'll
bowl.
open it, for me early. And other local, celebrities, they'll open early for us. That's the way it's done, bitches. Did you meet his wife?
That was what I was going to ask about.
Oh, that's a good one.
I swear I'm getting better. Anyway, is he really gay? He's got to be gay.
Let me just put it this way. He gave up Parker Posey for Lent. Draw your own conclusions.
He gave up Parker Posey for... No, this doesn't make any sense. He gave up... Wait.
He gave up Parker Posey for Lent. He can't watch any Parker Posey movies. He can't
Everybody wants me to
go through any
write
of
a
his
song
Parker
about
Posey
you.
paraphernalia.
But by now I don't even care.
Known Caesar about 2 years now.
About since the time I started doing plays, play acting was one of those things I always wished I'd done when I was younger, but my daddy never would let me. He said play acting was for sissies. But I really like doing it. I don't mind being around sissies too much. They never did do anything to bother me, and I believe you're never too old to learn something new. I think it's going to be a damn good play.
Dale, didn't I leave a dance belt in your dressing room?
Dance belt? What's that?
Yeah, that's true.
He's quite the performer. Have you ever seen him in plays or musicals?
Yes, when he was a child. I saw him in some things, in kindergarten and grade school. I just always thought it was just something fun to do as a youngster. I never really thought it would be something that he would go forward with in a serious way. But I don't know. At times I've often thought about the stage and what fun it would be to live the life or to be someone else, to be lost in those scenes. Maybe to have a fascinating leading man.
Right.
You know.
Yes.
I've only thought of myself as, at times, Tallulah Bankhead or Gloria Swanson.
Really?
Yeah, that is right. For an assassination attempt, but not for a play. Fred. Well, Fred. These boats don't look completely shitty. Fred. If that island doesn't hit the spot in tonight's finale, I'm going to fry someone's balls.
Still curtain.
Thank you, Stella, honey.
No problem.
They exiled. They put him on an island with a couple of ships floating around 24 hours a day for the rest of his life. I mean, the man was only 46 years old. He started rewriting Voltaire plays. I mean, can you imagine how bored you would have to be to even read one of those?
Second exile, idiots, soldiers, and beaches. Perfecting Voltaire makes me smile. Only a moment in exile. People listen to live in exile. So many friends in gay Paris. Wandered around without pardon. People are sent to live in exile, banished to live on a sandy island. St. Josephine in a wild, in exile. Nobody loves you when
What, bitch?
Stop it, Kim. Kim.
No, it wasn't that bad, and it certainly wasn't your fault.
That's not usually how they end.
Well, no, yeah.
But I will have to admit,
That's-
Kim did that girl in. She deserved
Indeed.
it, though.
Oh, well. It was quite a... I think you're going to have to answer some questions. Is somebody...
Nancy Presley, Fox News 8, Tupelo, listen, I'd like to get a statement about what happened in there. What?
Wait a second. Is
Holy crap.
Come here.
I'm just looking for a good time. Fallen angel. There's Peter. Found home.
Hey, brother.
Oh shit. So hang no cameras. No. Good time. Just me.
I like that.
No comment.
Sir,
No comment.
Your relations this evening, sir.
You're trespassing. Get off my porch.
With Miss Burnett just in a short interview.
Looks like we will not be getting any comment from Brother Oral this evening. This is Nancy Presley with Fox News 8 Tupelo.
Thanks for coming by and speaking to me this morning. The things that I was doing last night, the lust in my heart, and lusting for the woman, I truly and dearly am sorry for that. And I want all you good people out there in Sinnaville to know that I need your forgiveness this morning. Praise the Lord.
Buckshot 102.2 FM, special request, a pocket full of sin, and a special dedication going out to Brother O. Better luck next time, Brother O.
Good morning. I
Hi.
thought y'all left this morning.
Well, we were going to leave, but we wanted to try... I'm sure you saw the news.
Oh, well, not last night, but I caught it this morning on Good Morning Tupelo.
Oh, so you're aware that the Brother O footage is in the
Oh,
public
yes.
domain, yes.
Oh, definitely.
Well, we wanted, of course, to try and get another interview with Brother O because,
Well, that'll round out your documentary. I'm
well, yes,
sure.
it's the new controversy,
Right,
of
of
course. The
course.
mailbox is the old controversy.
Right.
It's one of those things.
Right. It's like everything old is new again. You know, that whole saying.
We couldn't really leave without saying one more goodbye.
Aw,
so
that's
but
so sweet.
It is time for us to push off. So,
Okay. Well, I'll see y'all.
Well,
Bye,
bye.
y'all. Have a safe trip home.
It's time for us to push off. So,
Flowers growing in the garden.
Well, I'll see y'all.
Angels singing with God.
Well, I'll see y'all.
Wonderful things God has given us. All the wonderful things you can.
One of these days, he's gonna find somebody.
It'll happen. It happens.
Just like I found Val. It's gonna happen.
Don't put me out the pasture yet.
Oh, honey.
The dogs, they cats are the cats.
There's mail. There's no mail. There's mail. There's no mail. Because you know what? My milk gets wet. And then it's like, who wants to read a Cosmo that's all wet?
And we could burn all the mailboxes that have American flags and eagles painted on them, and especially those god-awful ones that look like chickens and turkeys.
There's titties. You had to pat them down. And then you had to go underneath and pat them down there too. So you might come up with something that you're not expecting, you know. And that's the worst part of my job.
Corn from the seed, the water from the well, how wonders of God feed me. Oh, wonderful things.
That green one there, yeah. And the Hulk, too. See, the Hulk was in touch with his emotions.
We may lose because the state law will not allow gay couples to adopt.
Don't forget to vote November 2nd.
Love. True love is what brings us here together today. Marriage. A dream within a dream. Today, we join the hearts and souls of this man, this woman, and this woman. We celebrate and sanctify these bonds of love so that no man or woman, no law or religion can deny. Could we have the rings, please? Okay, please place those on your partner's fingers. These rings symbolize your never-ending love and bond to one another. By the power vested in me, gentlemen and ladies, I now pronounce you husband and husband and wife and wife. You may now kiss your spouse.
The show opens next week. It's called The Chronicles of Vin Diesel, next week. Be sure you're there. Okay, thank you. I don't think he's really coming.
Both of our couples were legally married only 3 weeks ago in Massachusetts. They held the unofficial wedding and reception today at the beautiful home of Patricia Willingham. Attendees seem to have come in from all over the country. It has been confirmed that one of the couples, the grooms, will be residing for 6 months in Massachusetts and 6 months here in Sinnaville to avoid losing custody of their adopted daughter. No word yet from Mississippi lawmakers, but the locals here seem to be having a real good time, and boy, so are we. This is Nancy Presley from Fax News 8 Tupelo, your only local news station reporting the facts that matter.
I see so many familiar faces, and I love each and every one of you. This is going to be...
After shooting 30 hours of video, interviewing countless
Sinnavillains and editing for more than 6 months, I still did not know what my documentary was about. It wasn't about artistic freedom. It wasn't about overly amorous evangelicals or socially challenged postal workers. It wasn't about Caesar. It wasn't even about the mailbox. In the end, I realized my great-grandfather was right. It was about me.
We're going to teach y'all how to do a brand new dance here. So grab a partner. You know you've been bad, there's no denying. So don't start pouting, baby, and don't start crying. You need to be corrected. Step over here, put your hands on your hips and stick out your inner drugs. Ow. Ow. That hurt.
Why are you such an asshole?
I'm just curious.
I mean, what is it?
Oh my god.
That's good stuff.
Making me cry. I'm Richie Montgomery. I'm pleased to meet you. Thank you. Absolutely. Praise the Lord.
What in hell was I talking about?
French soil is soaked with Napoleon's fluids. I'm sorry, dude. I totally lost my place.
That was part of my contract. If I can't brag on my dick, I don't do this movie.
So where's our focal point? Would she be where Greg is? Or
I'm sorry. Are you Greg?
Okay. I was trying to sneak up behind you.
Okay.
I don't get any of those snake slimy slithering things. I don't believe in that nonsense.
You get the mail truck and then
Get the truck. You can take it. Go. All right, come back this way. Turn, go. Roll it. Well, he's gonna walk.
Yeah, he's gonna
Are we going this time?
Hey,
This is it.
This is it. If you mess up your lunch, keep going. You're talking to people, whatever. The ass is being destroyed. Here we go.
Oh no, I wasn't drunk when I leave. No, it was just one of those things where I just got the bottles and the wire and started poking them all around and.
Really doesn't get much better than that.
No, it doesn't.
Are you a very patriotic man, as it seems?
As it seems.
I did a lot with the watercolor, and I did a lot with the pastels, and.
Well, one final question for you, ma'am. This is very important to many people who will be watching, I'm sure. Maybelline or Max Factor?
And we all know what that means. That's to insinuate, hey, we're home and we're open for business.
That's what that insinuates.
Yes.
Excellent. Thank you.
This is Nancy Presley reporting for Facts News 8 Tupelo, your only local news source reporting the facts that matter. Was that okay? Good? They're not going to air it anyway.
Where's the ring on my finger that used to tie me down? Where's the money in my wallet that I used to run around? Where's the baby in the blanket that I used to tuck him in? I traded them all for a pocket full of sin.
Girls, they catch the boys. They're wonderful things to think about. All wonderful things God has given us. All the wonderful things you can think about.